Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the shed. Here we are again. Uh, you just caught me trying to get things organised, raving around like a lunatic. Can everybody hear me okay? There's Brian. Hello, Brian. Shaky Hands Shed Model Railways. Greetings. RGJ Trains. That's, for those that don't know, that's Grace and Rob. Charlestown, that's Chas. Hello, Chas. Nice to see you. And there's Chris. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you too. Right, today's delectation is going to be Pullman stuff. So I was absolutely raving around. I had to take a telephone call, so I was raving around after that, trying to play catch up and trying to get everything organised. Oh, look, a red box. Oh, it's Hornby. Oh. Surprise, surprise. I've got nothing against Hornby stuff as long as it's good. Let it be clearly said. So it's just been a bit of a manic time trying to get everything out. There's James. Hello, James. Nice to see you. Dundas Junction Model Railroads. That's in Canada, for those of you that don't know. Smallwood Junction. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you. And Anthony Dodge. Always a pleasure. Anthony very kindly has organised some clay hoppers for me. They're not hoppers, they're tankers, which were made by Walthers. I think also Atlas did some as well back in the day. But Walthers is a name I know, and I very much like the artwork on it. And Anthony has very kindly agreed to corral them together, so I can then purchase said items, and he's very kindly going to bring them over to Getz when we all get there. Yes. Oh, Model Railway Shed Dino. Hello, Dino. Now I've just noticed one little snag. I got out the Belmont Pullman, which is a Class 67. That's this little beastie, and I noticed that I'd taken the couplings out, and you have to do that to put it back in the box, which makes things awkward. This is quite a nice model that Hornby produced. Really, really heavy. I mean, that sort of weighs like 2 pounds of sugar. So I'd say that was about getting on for 2 pounds. There must be an awful lot of die cast in there. But it's a spiffing model in the Pullman livery. Colin's engaged. Did I see Colin's engaged sneak in? Hello, Colin. Absolutely blown away with that trestle bridge that you made. Absolutely fab. Throw boxes away, problem solved. No, there goes your resale value. If you ever want to move on to something else, very much like Dino's done, where he's ditched his 00 and gone over to HO, to Mecklin 3 rail. Each one of us is capable of doing that, changing gauges, changing manufacturers. And of course, it helps if you keep those boxes. So I've just got to source a coupling for this one, and then we can get rocking and rolling. So power's off to the layout at the moment, so I'm not going to short anything. I think it's probably better that I grab the box and take it out of there. So here is the box. It's your traditional Hornby size box with a nice cube packaging in there. Is there a specific time and place for a meet up at Getz? Now, the way I understand it, I think, Brian, is that Timber was going to organise something for the various days, the Saturday and the Sunday. And for those of you that did see my post, yes, I did go flying yesterday, and it was a bit breezy, and we were struggling with the wind. So it was a bit tough. So trying to get a good flight was a bit of a premium. The goodies bag. Let's see. I also, what I did last time So it was easier to couple up to more traditional stock. I put there's a Bachmann, I don't know if you can see that one. That's a slightly sort of mid-range tension lock coupling. I popped that in there so it would couple up to some of the more traditional Hornby locos, which have slightly larger couplings. Because even on my gentle curves, you can still get trouble. But here is your usual tension lock coupling, slim line. So what I'll do is very quickly pop that on, and we'll get things moving. Yeah, sorry for the chaos, but I like to say it's not something I usually do, running around like a maniac. But I'm afraid time just got away with me, and taking a phone call at just the wrong time just upset the apple cart. Mysterious Mechanic, that's Jake. Hello, Jake. It's nice to see the gang all here. Right, so that's that. Let's pop that down there out of the way. For those of you that might have seen my son's review of the Rapido 15XX, that's well worth taking a look at. Right, let's just pop this on there. Will it go in without any trouble? Yes, almost. Yay! Right. Here's a Fleischmann aid to help it onto the track, which didn't work that time. Oh, it's not a perfect science. There we go. What is a perfect science? Right, let's try adding some power. Right, we need just a little bit here. Oh, smooth and beautiful. Right, I'll pop that up there. In the meantime, just as you can see about here, I'm pointing. Is there any point to that? You can see it. Right there is Hornby Royal Alex. It's class 73 in Pullman livery. I did originally have a Lima one, but it ran so roughly that I didn't think I'd dare put that out there. Following that is a whole stack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bachmann Mark I Pullman coaches, which I'm not aware. I don't see many of these on people's layouts. So I don't know if it's people that are not aware of that Bachmann made them, but let's run it up a little bit and there they are. To me, they look a bit like Mark IIs because they've edged all the windows in silver, but they've all got lit lamps on the tables, very much like Hornby have done. And I'm going to be going the wrong way with this, so I'm going to have to turn the train round. So forgive me a second. Here is the trusty triangle. And you just pop that under there and lift it apart. Could it be any easier? Right, so I'll pick that off of there. As with all Bachmann stock, it runs seamlessly. Seamlessly! Get the words sorted out. That's 2. Right. Now that has got a big tension lock coupling on it, so that looks good. So I'll pop that over there. Let's get this running. Change of direction. Success. Forgive me for turning my back on you. I know it's really bad manners, but yeah, it was a bit of a fight today. But I did have time to bring my coffee. God bless you, everybody. Oh, super. Right, we'll just have a little more power on that. Yeah, these don't get a good hearing. Criminal What's Happened to My Local Preservation Society a few years ago. Vandals torched the Pullman, Brighton Bell set. Yeah, I did realise that. I walked through it after anything that wasn't metal had gone. Yeah, I did hear that. Um, I think one of the cars. They absolutely torched it. Which, fortunately, there are plenty of those Brighton Bell sets around. People have got them, and they use them for fine dining and things like that. There's very few of them that are roadworthy. Let's put it that way. And did I see Dwight in there as well? Mr. Curley, you need coffee. Yeah, everybody needs coffee. Don't think Anthony likes coffee. I think probably Anthony's more of a tea drinker, um, or water. Yeah, but yes, I'm one of the coffee fanciers. Um, I prefer instant coffee over the proper filtered crushed coffee. I love the smell of filtered coffee, but the taste doesn't quite match up to it. So I prefer the old gold blend. Yeah, a hopeless romantic. Dino can't stand coffee. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dino. There's none of us perfect, mate. Right. Anyway, I'm going to get some action going on the other track, and Andy, could you show us the memorabilia on the walls? Yeah, sure. Let me just grab the camera a second. Memorabilia. Okie dokie. Right. Let's start up yonder. There's a couple of things I made up, just using some spray paints and some plastic. They're like the sort of codes that you get on signals. This one is a reproduction of the English China Clays board, which was originally on a Class 37. Tullyar comes off a Class 55 Deltic. Of course, again, it's not an original because they'd be big money. And just above there, you see some railway ephemera on a board that I'm rapidly filling up. Engineering Supervisor's Band. There's an actual chunk of railway there that obviously somebody had angle grinded off. It's about an inch thick and it weighs a ton. And there's various other English electric bits there, which were taken off of engineering cabinets and transformers, things like that, rectifier transformers, and a lot of very big fuses that come out of the location cabinets. Moving on a bit further, there's a clock over there, which has got temperature, which is reading 76 degrees, something like that at the moment. But the hygrometer is up at 70% humidity. So, yeah, it's a bit of a damp day today. Up by the light, I hope you can see that. There's a board which says driver's rosters, the various keys. Stop, sound horn before entering. That's appropriate for us lot. You're in the shed as well, so may do this comments. Let us know if we do. Okay then, Rob and Grace. Moving around, yeah, there's another one there. Here's an original. That's off an original signal, which was dumped. So that came out of the skip. K724. And those you see on the entrance of tunnel mouths and things like that. Warning, limited clearance. There are various reproductions you can buy. And then there's various bits plastered on the wall, various oils and wheels and things like that, cradles. And yeah, that's the full extent of it, Brian. So we're always looking for bits and pieces. I do have a Tilly lamp somewhere. Does anybody know what a Tilly lamp is? It's well, I'll tell you. It's a paraffin lamp which you start using methylated spirits with a mantle to get it up to temperature where it will vaporize properly. And then you pump the Tilly lamp because it's a pressurized tank. And then that brings the paraffin up to the mantle and burns it properly once you've used the methylated spirits to get things warmed up. And yeah, it's very, very effective, and it's a great piece of railway ephemera. Hello, Connie. It's nice to see you. For those of you that don't know Connie, she does a live stream from about 5 o'clock today. Lee also does a live stream today, and it's all detailed model work. So if that's your thing, pop along and have a look at Connie's channel. Always fascinating, the skill of the work she does. Usually joined by William at New Fenris and various other model makers. So there's plenty to keep you occupied if you're looking in. So yeah, well recommended. So let's, I'm going to move that train out over yonder by hand because I want to then turn the train around so it's running that way. So forgive me a second and I'll get right on it. Right, let's open the road and bring you off and bring you out, 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 out. Yay. Right, now we can sort this out. What match of the day has got to do with anything, I don't know. Forgive me a second, folks, because I really can't do both things at once. Go, man, go. Oh my God! Right. Here we go. Come on, my boy. Now, I don't know why, but that one doesn't seem to want to play ball. Let's bring it onto the street. Couplings. Right, round to the straight. Here we go. Never couple on the bend. It always ends badly. Right, let's get this show on the road. Forward. Hornby, straight out of the box, and off she goes. Both of these are Hornby. So it's not true what everybody says about me. But if they come out with some howlers, I'll tell you about it. I'm brutally honest with, if I get a howler from Backman, I'll tell you. Don't worry about that. But generally, from what I've seen in the last 20 years, the Backman stuff I've got Yeah, it's expensive, but you get what you pay for. The Hornby stuff's hit and miss. Um, there are others who are catching up, but they've still got a bit of work to do. And then you've got guys like Rapido, who are superb. Yeah, really good. Ray Bertelson, good to have you with us. Good morning, afternoon. Yes, it's afternoon here. What's running today? Pullman. Uh, Pullman being an American invention. The Pullman company. There were various, I don't know if they were brothers who created the Pullman service. So generally the railroads owned the cars and the staff that worked on the Pullmans were Pullman staff. And that was the way it was over here until sometime around the 70s when things went a bit awry. And I think the Pullman company literally didn't exist anymore as it was. I'll have to look into that. But as you can see, they run rather nicely. On the inside track, which you'll see over here, that's the Pullman Royal Alex Class 73 and a rake of Mark I Bachmann Pullmans. Yes, they did them, and yes, they're very good. On the other track, Hornby Class 67, the Bellman Pullman, with a rake of 12-wheeled K-type cars, which originally were with the Bournemouth Bell. Yeah, good. And I do like those K-type cars. They're really, the 12-wheel adds to the sound. So where you hear this is more like and it's fascinating to listen to it because it's not something you expect to hear from a railway. But there you go. And it does some more trans. How are the DIY projects going? Yes, I know Anthony was working on various, I think it was cupboards and like filing cabinets, things like that. And I know there was a desk that was in the midst of being moved, stage left, let's put it that way. Can everybody hear the railway in the background, the hustle and bustle? I did try with the sound reduction working, and it sounded awful. So I much prefer it without any AI interference with noise reduction. For my 101st loco, I decided to finally get a DMU. So now I have a grey blue Hornby 110. Oh, okay. Yes. Is that a Ringfield motored one, Chris? So I remember they did do one. Very nicely, thanks. Desks, work areas, all done. Oh, okay. Trim almost done. Old desks and cabinets mostly gone. Well, that's from where you were sat on Friday. That's pretty good progress, I'd say. Yeah, fabulous. So it must have been quite a whizzer of a Saturday. Yeah, Saturday was over the model flying field, just doing some. But when we got there, it was fine. But after about an hour, the breeze got up, and the breeze tends to hit the hedges on the edge of the airfield, which causes the air to become turbulent. So it literally turbulizes the air and turns it into a. It must do a very similar thing for the full-size aircraft, but it's not having such an effect. Particle size being what it is, to our models, which were dropping out of the sky here, there, and everywhere. And I did see some bad crashes yesterday. just caught the aircraft wrong and pow, back to kit form. Not sure. Hang on a mo. Oh, okay, going to take a look. There's Ritzy. Hello, Ritzy. Nice to see you. Am I well? Yes, I'm well. Yes. A little bit goose pimply. It's saying getting on for 80 degrees in here just doesn't feel like it. My voice is on next week's episode. Don't faint, we're in advance. Yes, I think Alan did that last week. Alan at Dragon Junction. While he's doing his video, I was up on his monitor. So I found that quite comedic. But, well, you know, that's life. And if you can do two things at once, then all looks good. I've just had a little warning saying that Dave's Swindon Junction is on in 30 minutes. So that's when I'll be finishing. And, you know, then Dave can take up the baton. So 18 here also. Same doesn't feel like it here either. 18 here also. Same doesn't feel like it here. Yeah, right, okay. Right, for those of you that haven't hit the like button yet, if you would very kindly give the like button a prod, that would be very nice of you. Thank you very much. I've just seen that GWR Buckley Junction. That's Sean. Hello, Sean. That's Sean spelt with an S-I-O-N. Like that. Difficult to get your head round, as you most of us are used to seeing S-E-A-N. But what's in the name, eh, Sean? How's everyone? Yeah, pretty good here. I think I'm on the tilt. Am I on the tilt? How's that? Yeah. Okay. Let's get you tilted down a little further, and then we can see the action. Sean, what we've got today is a couple of Pullmans. Class 73 with some Bachmann Mark 1s. And then coming t'other way is Class 67 in the later Belmont Pullman with a whole series of K-type 12-wheelers, which we're trying to collect up to do a full-size Bournemouth Bell, which is something like 12 coaches. So that'll be a bit of a tail taser, a bit of a tail chaser around this layout. Perhaps we can get somebody like Anthony to do a full-size train. Mind you, most of Anthony's trains are full-size anyway, but then you don't really notice it because the layout's so big, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, the bigger the better. But this is what I got, and yeah, I don't have to wander my eye too far to keep an eye on it. So let's put it that way. You have noticed, yeah. These Bachmann Mark 1s, they don't often get a look in. When was the last time you saw a Bachmann Mark 1 Pullman on somebody's layout? I'm not sure that I think Stuart's got some, but unfortunately they languish in the box a lot. Hello, Chesco. Lovely to see you. Running a few Pullman trains today. Pullman being an American company that started. You know what a Pullman is. Most of what we associate with Pullmans is umber and cream colours. So that's roughly what you see here. That's a very light yellow. This one is like more of a cream, I'd say, than a yellow. But the Bachmann ones don't often get a look in. And yes, they did make Mark 1 British coaches, but they did it far enough back in the past that everybody overlooks them, and it's always the Hornby ones that get the limelight. But yes, they did make them. They made them in umber and cream, and they also did them in blue and grey, which are quite sought after. So keep your eyes peeled, chaps and chapesses. They're out there. It's just a matter of grabbing them. Okay, Brian, thanks for coming in. I'll be going on till 1 for another 20-25 minutes, so you can always catch up. Cheers, Brian. That was Brian at Finnieston Central Model Railway, for those who don't know Brian, but most of us do. He's a good bloke, old Brian. Yeah. Should we try it up? And Boxcar Jerry. I thought I'd run some Pullmans today, Jerry. You know what Pullmans are. Hello, Martin. And Evie. March West Junction Andy. Hello. Didn't see you squeeze in there. Sorry about that, old chap. But yeah, Pullman cars. They're known all over the world as the real first class deal. And obviously, some early on in the 20th century, there was a lot of business with Pullmans, and we grabbed it with both hands in the UK. So what you can see today is our version of Pullman cars, which is umber and cream, effectively, and they look like this. They've got a little more sort of yellow over the years, but the brown colour is more or less universal. These ones, I'll bring us a little bring it a little closer, and you can actually see the extent of the detail on some of them, with literally table lamps on each. Right, here we go. That should do the trick. It's all a bit fast, really, isn't it? But I'm doing my best. Let's try the other way. Here they come. As you can see, the table lamps. Right. Let's give you a little bit more of a view here. Class 73. Class 67. What I'll try and do, I'll try and drag it back a little further. Forgive the shaky cam for a second. That should be a bit more like it. Perhaps a little further back. Yeah, it's not quite moving so fast now. See, we have Lee, and there's Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Lovely to see you. For those of you that haven't prodded the like button, if you'd care to do that, it's always good for the analytics. Thanks, guys. There's Dwight Curley. Ha ha. Thank you, Martin. They're class 73, the Royal Alex, which you just saw going that way. That's a Hornby model. And going the other way, class 67 in the Bellman Pullman livery. Yeah, both by Hornby. And Hornby did a bang-up job on them. It's just a shame they can't keep it up all the time. But then who's perfect? So as you can see, Lee is live tonight at 5 o'clock. The Orient Express coaches by Cato, fantastic for detail, and the lamps on the tables work. Yeah, pretty good stuff by Cato, Colin, Cato, whatever you'd like to call it. Right, these ones, Jerry, are made by Hornby. They're 12-wheelers. The ones coming this one are made by the UK version of Bachmann, and they're called Mark 1 coaches. The ones you saw going in the other direction are they date from about 1927, the real thing, and they were called K-type coaches, and they had 12-wheel bogies. Very much like your heavyweight coaches in the States, Jerry. There's Aaron. Hello, Aaron. Nice to see you. As with all of these type of cars, the various manufacturers tried to not outdo each other, but tried to get to a level of scale that helped you appreciate what first class should be. So they made them quite premium with the little lamps on the tables, etc., etc. And of course, you pay a premium price for that. So we're looking to pay about 70 odd pounds for one of these on the second-hand market. But when you see things like this, it's not something that I snapped up in one sitting, one exhibition. It was many, many exhibitions, many trips to eBay, boot sales, you name it, anywhere I could get them. And it was done over years, trying to get all of these together. So it was never a big money outlay, but if you look at it as a collective, then it does tend to add up. And we've got Jean Ricard. Hello, Jean Ricard. Lovely to see you. In your honour, Jean Ricard, I thought a bit of first class would be nice. That's great, Moreland Railway, Andy. I'm glad you did. You're very welcome. Oh, please be upstanding. Lord Al's in the house. Have some first class, Al. I'd be interested to know, Al, have you got any of the Bachmann Class 1 Pullmans? I know, like, Pullmans from Hornby, like these, are very popular, but the ones coming the other way, this way, with the Royal Alex, those are Bachmann Mark 1s. Have you got any of those? I'm just interested to know. Digger Evans. Hello, Digger. Nice to see you. Ones with the lights, yeah. You got 6 of them. Do you ever run them, Alan? Or do they languish in their boxes? Rixie's got 3 or 4 Mark 1s. No, they're here. Excuse me. It's just that I don't see a lot of the Mark 1s by Bachmann, the Mark 1 Pullmans that is, run. I don't know if my eye just doesn't catch them and people do run them, and I'm just not paying attention. or whether they get sidelined by the Hornby variety. Charlestown Model Railway, that's Chaz, everybody. Welcome, Chaz. Last outing was with the big boy. Oh, okay. So what I'm saying is they're not on your layout at the moment running. Well, shaky hands. I also have some of the old Triang ones as well, with the little brass table lamps, and I enjoy them equally, but for different reasons. Not on this one. Yeah, I figured that. It's a shame, really, because they don't get an airing. Lots of people, when they say Pullman, they'll go for the Hornby variety. I'm no exception, of course, because they're fine models. But the Bachmann ones tend to get put on the sidelines, I think, because they look a little bit more modern. I mean, the slightly rounded windows, picked out in silver, it makes them look a little more modern. And of course, like classics like these, which are 1927 vintage, with the little curtains on the windows, of course, they look very much of the period. Could put them behind the GWR HST. Yeah, you could. Yeah, they're nice, Charlie. There's no doubt about it. The Hornby ones, they did a bang up job on them. I really run mine, and some of my Lycos struggle to pull them. Yes, yeah, yeah, with the old plastic wheels and the big flanges and things like that. It's more of a nostalgia trip, really. Like 43, in which I was like 43, in which I was 43 again. Yeah. I'll do that just for you. I'll take the virgins off. Oh, that's very kind of you, Alan. What a good sporting man that you are. Remind me to get you a good packet of biscuits at Get's. Any particular flavour you'd like? I'll hold you to that. You just tell me what you like, Alan. Yeah, we've got to get Anthony into importing biscuits. Right, what I'll do, I'll just sideline the big train for a minute. And I'll show you my latest acquisition. Uh-oh. That's better. Okay. Take that right off. That didn't work out fantastically well, but we can live with that. Right, isolate that one, open up that one, open up that one, go into reverse. Okay, here we go. Right, what you'll be seeing now, coming around, is the Bournemouth bell. Sorry, My mistake. The Brighton bell. Here it comes. Taking the versions of Zizis, the flashers who are hard to remove. Oh, hang on a minute, you're talking trains. Oh, Anthony. I can see it's going to be a gas it gets. It really is. There'll be so much harmless banter. Right, here she comes. This is the Brighton Bell 1934 vintage. That's literally the power car and the trailing car, which is a dummy. I've yet to get the coaches that go in between them to make it a 5 bell, but I'll be working on that. I'm here. Let's say I everyone only one finger. Sorry. Yeah, a one finger titty tappy. Let's slow that one down a little bit. Recorded a video yesterday. Now I need to do a voiceover as the audio didn't come out very well. Oh, okay, Charlie. I'll be interested to see that, mate. Here comes the Bournemouth bell once again. Hornby did I say Bournemouth bell? The Brighton bell. Hornby did 4 versions of the 5 bell. They did 1934 vintage, which is this one. They did a 1960, a 1967. Those are all in umber and cream. And they did a final one, which I think was 1969, where they painted it in blue and grey, corporate colours. And we do actually have that one. But next week I thought I'd do a bit of American styling. So we'll mix it up a bit. Oh, Chaz is on leave this week, so we're doing the rounds of all the model shops in the area. No wife to keep an eye on me. Steady on, mate, steady on. Yes, Anthony does know biscuits, yes. Yeah, whether you know the good ones or not, I know it depends on taste, but we certainly do have a good variety. Train Man has just brought out a video. The train for Brighton, wasn't that in reality an electric with a side rail pathway? Yes, it was, Jean. Jean Ricard, it was. Just at the bottom of the bogies there, you can actually see where the shoes are to pick up the third rail. It's just that I don't have a third rail. Doesn't stop me liking it and doesn't stop me running it, because effectively it would only be a dummy anyway if I did include that. But that rather confines you to the southern area of Great Britain. And I tend to be a bit more Freeman's than that. So I like a bit of everything. I like a little bit of German. I like the American railways. Of course, I enjoy the British railways. There's a squeaky coach there somewhere. And it's one of the Backman ones. Heaven forbid. Hello, Trevor. Good afternoon to you. And welcome in. Just running a little Pullman stop today. As you can see, there'll be a Class 73 coming round with some Backman Mark 1 Pullmans following on behind. Going t'other way is the Brighton Bell, which is the power car and the dummy, which you should see coming in any time now. Yes, I do like that. Yeah, rule one, Andy. Yeah, that's true. Don't forget the Dutch. Yes, I do have a Dutch well, it's not a locomotive, it's a electric multiple unit, the Koploper, which I'm very fond of. How do I get them into the sidings? Okay, the sidings you are sitting on at the moment. It's not obvious, Charlie. What I'll do, I'll grab the camera and give you a bit of a tour of what goes on. Right then, let's make a grab. Right, here are the sidings. My computer sitting on it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They extend that away. If I can just make sure I don't catch my cold. They go round there behind that little signal box, past the turntable, which has 2 roads on it. So you can see 3 tracks over there, correct? The inside track just parallels it until it gets to there. And you've got quite a large point there. That's where it diverges. And then on the outside track, I've got 1 bay station there, which of course caused all the trouble with the coal staves where I had to disguise where the point motor was. I've done a little bit of extra ballasting there just to tidy it up a bit. There's the station, which of course for the outer lines is where I do my storage. And you can see there's the whole Pullman in there. It's a bit of a long train, so it's backed right up to the 3-way point, but then it's isolated by that one. And that's roughly where I've got my goodies. Hey, I'm back. So you should be able to see, here comes the 1934 Brighton Bell. As I say, I will be catching up with the 3 coaches that go with that, but it's got a special connection between the power car and the rest of the train, and it's powered. Obviously, you can go DCC, and then the whole train will be powered by the 1 chip. Hornby got that right. The one thing to notice about this particular EMU is that it doesn't have any lights on the front, and the original didn't have any lights on the front. It was 1934. If they wanted lamps, they would have put lamps on there. There's Tammy and Ray. Hello, Tammy and Ray. Nice to see you. Welcome into Shed Life. Running some first-class trains for you today, Tammy and Ray. Pullman stock. There's Mike at Putnam Junction. Hello, Mike. Pullman stock, and for us that means umber and cream, which is the colour of first class Pullmans. But Pullman obviously is an American company, and we licensed it right from 1907, something like that. Very nice layout. Thank you very much. I'm aiming for 2 main running loops one day when I start. Been planning it for a year now. Keep planning it. Get it right in your own head first before you splurge, because it's really the more you think about it, the easier it becomes when you actually get around to do it. Lots of the guys here will tell you that. Colin's engaged. Thanks for a great chat. Going to do some more on the bridge. Okay, thanks for popping in, Colin. Very good of you to join us, and it's always a pleasure having your company. Um, well, I'm going to call it now because Dave's Swindon Junction is going to be coming on in a minute. Thanks, Martin. Um, as I say, when Hornby get it right, yeah, they're fabulous. They run straight out of the box. Um, that one I think was as new. The Brighton belt. I think I paid 150 quid for it, so it wasn't cheap, but um, it's a good model straight out of the box. Just a mild bit of oiling on the axles, and she's up and running. Beautiful model. Really like that. Pullmans are on the track ready for filming. Well done, Alan. Um, yeah, it's great. Okay, thanks, Small and Model Railway Andy. Great to see you in. So I'm going to wrap it up there and clear the way for Dave at Swindon Junction. For those of you that know Dave, yeah, you can always pop across there, as I will be in a little while. Lee's on later at 5. Connie's on later at 5 with her modelling. Yeah, tune in. You can have double screens always. Yeah, so it gets a bit hairy sometimes, but I'm sure you understand. See you later. Send a link, please. What would you like me to link, Jake? Lunch now. Okay, enjoy that, Chaz. Okay, cheers, Riggsy. Nice to see you. And Chris, always a pleasure. So long, Martin, Charlie. Thanks for popping in, Anthony. It's going to be great to meet you. I'm looking forward to that. The person you was just on about that's coming on live, yeah, Dave's Swindon Junction. If you pop that into the title bar, Dave's Swindon Junction, it will come up and you'll see his live pop up then. So that should be easy enough. I'm not sure I can navigate away and come back successfully. So I'll try it after I've finished the stream. So I'll pop it in there. It's just gone live now. Dave's Swindon Junction with an apostrophe. So yeah, just pop that into the title and it will come up. Anyway, I'll say so long and I'll catch you next week, and don't do anything I wouldn't. Cheers, guys and gals. Take it easy.